The nice thing is, I think the music is so loud on our intro, most people aren't going to hear the chainsaws going on in the background.
Well, that is one thing that we're going to be talking about today. But before we jump on that boat, let's just say that I think that you look calm and collected. You're not sick. You're
For once.
I know,
right?
It's kind of been that way. And
January was a month to test my family.
boy.
I mean, really, and Jennifer's still going through it a little bit, but it's all a hangover from January. It has nothing to do with February.
Yeah.
My theory is, and this is going to get a little crunchy, guys.
Here we go.
Because my wife does like to look up horoscope stuff, and I don't believe in a lot of it, but there are a few things. Like I do lean into the whole Virgo-ness because it does fit my personality.
I think it's called Virgosity.
Virgosity. I like that. That's a new Instagram account that I can follow. Virgosity. It's like anyway. So leaning into the crunchy. We have been reading everything, and this has to do with the Lunar New Year and how 2026 is supposed to be really great for Virgos and for people that their birthday falls on the 12th day of any month, which mine does, and the 16th day, which is what Peyton's does. I don't remember if Jen had the 30th. I think the 30th was in there somewhere, but of course, again, crunchy, probably everybody can find positive things and everything, but 2026 is supposed to be our year where everything comes together. And then 2026 hits. We already know the COVID/heart attack story because we talked about that. And yeah.
But if you're just listening for the first time, he did not have a heart attack. However,
I did not have a heart attack.
He had symptoms. I did have
COVID. Thank goodness I had COVID.
Yeah.
That's
as opposed to a heart
funny.
attack. Yeah. Right.
Exactly. So January just kept hitting us with a lot of other things, but the most recent, which is what John and I were talking about beforehand, is the major ice storm that hit pretty much the entire Southeast, but really hit Nashville hard. And you've heard me talk about the Bellevue bubble because I live in Bellevue, which is an annexed portion of Nashville. Yeah. So our address is Nashville, but we live in the Bellevue section. Which, if for people that are familiar with Nashville, it goes downtown Nashville, Belmead, Westmead, West Nashville, and then Bellevue.
So if you had to pick the wealthiest neighborhood of all of Nashville,
Belmead.
Yep. Okay.
Belmead.
And then Bellevue Belmead is very wealthy, but Bellevue is where we send the help when they've been bad.
Pretty much. Okay. Yeah. So that's actually how I describe it to people. I said Belmead is the old money. And then the people that had kids then, they could take the old money, but it's not worth quite as much. Right. So they went to Westmead because it's a little bit cheaper, but still fairly high end. And then as the further west you go, it's the generations afterwards that don't have nearly the capital to live in a city like Belmead.
Right. And of course, taxes go up. Along with the property values.
Belmead is in Nashville proper. But Belmead is the only community in Nashville proper that has their own police department.
Oh,
if that kind of, yeah.
Okay.
So, and I think Metro Police can still police there, but they have to do it with the Belmead police. So I don't know how it works. I don't live there, obviously. It's why I live all the way out in Bellevue, which is the last, the last section of Nashville. So it's the last suburb.
As an aside, that's how Lisa and I decided when we moved to the Detroit area. And for people that don't know, Detroit, in Wayne County, which is what houses Detroit, is it's not particularly perfect but there are some really nice parts to it, and certainly the downtown has come around too. At one time, the third wealthiest county in the nation was Oakland, which was just north of Wayne County. So you would have all these people that lived in Oakland County but would drive to Wayne County for work and then come home at night. So Birmingham was in the heart of Oakland County, not the heart, but probably the liver of Oakland County. And we wealthiest area, the Fishers who did body work, all the bodies for GM and so on, they lived there, and many other wealthy ones. So you take that, and then we're going to build a house. So the question is, how far west do you go where we can start to afford said house to build? And it was a long way from Birmingham. Let me just
It is a
say
long
that.
way. Can you
So
guys, can you hear the chainsaws?
I can't now, but
Oh, they're really loud. Anyway, if you can hear the chainsaws, I apologize, but I mean, we got hammered hard. So before I get into that hammering, so
the
I explained to
hammering.
people the hammering or the chainsawing,
Yes.
the hammering I meant by the ice storm.
Yes.
But to your point, Minnesota is the same way. So anytime someone from Minnesota who understands the Twin Cities area, I kind of explain how Nashville compares to that, because Nashville is a much smaller city.
Mm.
For as many people as there are here, it's a much
Well,
smaller
it's
city than
grown
the Twin
dramatically
Cities.
though the last
It has
several
grown
years.
dramatically.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I moved
Too
here,
fast.
Memphis was actually the busiest or the biggest city in
Oh,
Tennessee,
okay.
and Nashville has taken its place.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
if that just kind of gives you an idea.
Yep.
And we've grown really, really fast. We'll get into the whole infrastructure thing because that's a hot topic right now here.
I'm sure.
It always has been, but no one's really paid attention to it until now. So, but back to the Minnesota thing. So I used to live in Anoka,
Mhm.
and actually even further northwest in a small hamlet. Doesn't even have a downtown or anything, called Ramsey. So it goes Anoka, Ramsey, and then Elk River northwest.
I was just going to say Elk River. No,
Elk River. Well, Elk River is the furthest what people would consider
suburb.
a suburb.
Okay.
After that, and it's not the same county. The counties where you're talking about, Detroit, and the Detroit proper pretty much makes up a county.
Yeah.
St. Louis is the same way. You've got St. Louis City, which is a county in and of itself,
Okay.
and then you've got St. Louis County. It's separate.
Interesting.
Nashville is Davidson County, and that is pretty much all Nashville. So this is different. We go multiple counties outside of Hennepin County, which is, I think, downtown Minneapolis.
It is. Yes. Well done.
But Anoka has Anoka County. Ramsey is in, and I think Elk River is in Anoka County. So anyway, but the distance. So if I were to drive from Anoka to downtown Minneapolis, it takes about 45 minutes, and it's about 35, 40 miles. So that's the distance from Anoka to downtown Minneapolis. Well, where we used to live before we moved back into Nashville is Dixon.
Oh yeah.
Dixon is a small town.
The barbecue place
outside of
love that.
Yep, barbecue place. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a small town outside of Nashville and is not considered a suburb. It is considered a separate community, separate town.
I can see that. Yep.
No real ties. It's the same distance that Anoka was to Minneapolis.
Interesting.
Actually, it's a little bit less. So Anoka was 40 miles. Dixon's actually only 30 miles, 32 miles, I think. So it's actually closer, but it's not considered a suburb.
Interesting.
Which I find very fascinating. But there are a lot of, I think it will be someday, because there are a lot of people that can't afford Davidson County or can't afford Nashville proper who are moving out there. Sure. Because it is a lot cheaper.
Interesting.
So,
and you know, you think about, excuse me, just as an aside, cities around the country. I think Houston is so massive. In fact, it is the largest area of any city in the U.S.
Yeah.
And so you go from the Woodlands, which is at the north, to, let's say, Pasadena at the south. And these are all suburbs without getting down to Galveston and so on. But it's over 2 hours without traffic.
Yeah.
And then you throw some,
it's crazy.
Here's some traffic at you. And it's, oh my goodness. It takes
and you're
forever.
still in Houston. You're in Houston.
You're still in Houston. Exactly.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's interesting how municipalities work.
Yeah.
But to that point, so folks, the ice storm, it hit, I don't remember. It was still January, and it hit on, I don't remember the date. I'd have to look it up on a calendar, but it was basically, it started snowing on Saturday, and then on Sunday, the freezing rain started. And we were expecting this to be a massive storm. Everyone on the news was saying this is going to be massive.
Didn't disappoint.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know if it's going to be 17 inches of snow or if it's going to be all ice, or we're probably going to be a mixture of both. And everyone around the country is getting prepared. It's everyone is expecting to get hammered. Now, we always take what the weather people say with a grain of salt. You've heard me say this before. Weather people are the only people on earth. Yeah, you like that? The only people on earth paid to be wrong. And they are wrong quite a bit.
But let me just, as an aside, I was just thinking of this, that even with Nashville, it's difficult because one part of town can get it where the other part doesn't. So
Yeah.
that's the only thing that kind of, I agree with you, but it's the only thing that works in their favor as
Oh, yeah.
prognosticators, that you say, okay, we're a chance of showers. And you go, well, it really depends where you live. And that's
Yeah, well,
especially true here too. You just
exactly.
never know what's that
You've
come.
heard me review to the or refer to my part of town as the Bellevue bubble
Yeah.
because whenever Nashville gets major storms, we usually get skipped. We didn't get skipped
Awesome.
this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The,
The Bellevue bubble was more like the Bellevue snow
what was
cone.
made of ice, the bubble.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
We got hit. I mean, everyone got hit hard, but
yeah.
we got hit especially
How
hard.
much ice do you think you got? I mean, looking at your trees,
Um,
like an
about
inch
an
or
inch,
wow,
about an
that's
inch. Yeah,
incredible. Because if you think about it, think about the extra weight that might not sound like much of whatever. It's an inch of ice, and I mean it's
yeah.
beautiful, and it is beautiful,
Oh, it was gorgeous.
but it adds, I mean, hundreds of pounds onto
Hundreds.
any
If
given
Yep,
tree, maybe more than that. And that's why they fall. That's what happens to them.
exactly.
And was yours like actually uprooted, or did it break off?
Yes. So I have pictures and
Yeah.
I
Oh,
will
good.
show them.
Good.
But let's talk about
Technology.
technology is wonderful. I've got a lot of pictures, so
Cool.
I'm not going to show them all, obviously, but
Well,
we'll
this
see
is like
some.
a sideshow back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's talk a little bit more about the storm because we as I said, it started freezing rain on Sunday, actually Saturday to Sunday night.
Mhm.
I get up on Sunday morning at like 6 and I go downstairs and immediately make breakfast and coffee and do all that stuff because I woke up at 6 to our power flicking on and off.
Oh, yeah.
So I knew what was coming. Now, folks, I'm a little bit of a prepper. I'm not a great prepper, but I'm a little bit of a prepper. So I have things that are prepared. And the power does go out here. No, I wouldn't say a ton, but at least twice a year.
Mhm.
And the longest we've ever been without power is maybe 6 hours. Maybe. Major ice storm coming. I'm expecting to be out of power, but not for the time that we were out of power. So at just before 7 a.m., power goes out completely.
And so tell me again, was this Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday.
Sunday, okay.
Sunday, and I've been saying Sunday at 7 a.m., but it was like 10 till 7
Because
when our power
we
went
skipped
out.
recording that Saturday, didn't we?
We did.
Because we had
yes.
one
And
in
I
the
don't
can.
remember.
Wasn't that what?
Yeah, but I don't remember why we did, but we
And
did for a reason.
yeah. Anyway, okay, sorry.
No, we recorded on
Did we?
Saturday
Okay.
because that was the one because I missed putting it up and I put it up a week later.
Well, you were sick though. No,
No,
you were out of power that time.
yeah, I was out of power.
You've been sick and out of power.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, but all happening in January.
I
This is
know.
what I'm saying. So
Sorry.
so power goes out. We get all the winter camping gear. We're all set. We turn on the fireplace. We don't really do anything else because the house is still warm and we're not
Fireplace is
expecting
gas.
gas fireplace.
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
And so we're just hunkering down. Okay, power will come back eventually.
Mhm.
Power doesn't come back. Power doesn't come back. Night rolls around. We're like, okay, we're camping tonight.
Tell me
So
what.
we
Tell
get
me
out.
what you said about Jen and your camping.
Oh, well, just wait. I'll get to that
Okay,
because
come on, I can't wait.
Yeah. So Sunday turns into Monday, turns into Tuesday, turns into Wednesday.
Oh my gosh.
Turns into Thursday. Thursday midday, we finally get our power back. So
Wow.
5 days without power. That's alone. That's fine because Nashville, average temperatures this time of year, 45 to 50 degrees. Fine, right?
Not.
No, we were sub-zero
Yeah.
because of the ice, and the ice was not melting. So we were without power for 5 days. Bad in and of itself, right? Well, to your point, ice weighs down trees.
Everything. Yeah.
Everything. So we have one tree in the backyard. I think I may have shared this, at least with John. I may not have shared it with the podcast groupies, but I have one tree in the backyard that
in a kind
is
way.
yeah, it's leaning and it's coming out of the ground.
Oh.
It's not, it is dead, but it's leaning.
Okay.
And that was the tree we were most worried about. And you see me looking off because I'm looking at the tree right now.
It's still there.
It's still there. The tree next to it, which was one of the healthiest trees we had, decided to come out of the ground
Wow.
and hit the house.
How tall was the tree?
I don't
Guess.
100.
Oh, so it was a
No,
big tree.
It's a big tree.
Yeah.
I have big trees in the backyard.
Wow.
So that tree came and hit the porch and part of the house and broke one of our windows going into the master bathroom. And yeah, it destroyed the tree in front of it.
What day was that?
2 trees in front of it. That was on Sunday.
Okay.
So Sunday, all we were doing was listening to trees falling
Oh my
and limbs
gosh.
cracking.
Please don't let it be ours. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Next door neighbors, I watched one of their trees fall, break their fence, just barely miss the other neighbor's house.
Wow.
And that's where you're hearing the chainsaws right now because they're just finally getting them removed.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
then they had another tree hit their house, but that was after the tree hit our house.
Yep.
Then we had another tree that was right in front of the house, which is gone now. Also hit, a lot of limbs fell off of that one and was leaning on the house.
Wow.
Yeah, so we had a number of trees. Then we had another big tree that wasn't on our property, but is in the HOA property fall and take out our fence. So we had 3 or 4 trees because there are 2 trees that hit the fence, but there are 3 or 4 trees that had to be removed.
Wow.
And my insurance, by the way, fantastic.
Really?
I mean, same day, I still had my phone working. The same day everything happened, I submitted a claim. They had someone out here pretty much. So that happened on Sunday. They had someone out on Tuesday looking at it.
That's
and
awesome.
they'd start, by Wednesday, they were cutting some of the trees back.
Do we want to say what company it is?
ASAP Tree Trimming, I think.
Oh, no, your insurance company.
Oh, Farmers. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
Nice job,
We
Farmers.
are farmers. Dun, 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 dun.
Wow. Did you actually do a commercial for them?
I just did. Yep.
Yeah.
And they're not a sponsor.
Yeah.
So here we go. I'm going to share some of my backyard.
Okay. Share your backyard.
Sharing my backyard. Window. There we go. Share.
And this is a chance for me to have some of my shake, post-workout shake. Sorry.
So this is right.
Wow.
Can you all? Yeah, this is right from the backyard. Hopefully y'all can see that for the people that are watching on YouTube, but you can see this tree took out that limb, and this limb actually just broke before this tree even came down. So that was fun. Let me see if I can. And then the dogs trying to stay warm and Jen staying warm. This was our setup in the living room. But here's the next day. You can see all this tree right here on the left came down. And then that tree came out of the ground and hit the porch and the window. You can kind of see this tree right here. That's the one that we were worried about that's still standing. So yeah, it was pretty, but see, it is very pretty. All the ice on the roads.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, but that's what else do you say?
Right. So this is the other tree, and this is that's the back of the house. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Came right out of the ground. And you can see, I don't know if you can see this right here. I had power that goes out here. This back here is a fountain, and then there's a power outlet right here that ran our lights. So that came out of the ground too.
So I guess it was good that the power was out.
Yeah. And here's one of the trees that landed, one tree that landed on the fence, and then this one's a second tree that landed on the fence. Yep. So yeah, it was,
thank you
nasty.
for showing that. That is, that's amazing.
Let's see if I have one of the house after it got cleaned up. That's my speed test. The guys that came to clear the trees. Here's the tree.
Wow.
The one tree. They came and got the second tree, and then some damage in the bathtub.
And other than your deductible, did insurance take care of all of that?
Yep.
Wow.
All of it.
Nice.
Yeah. There was that's the next Bell Pack
very nice
performance shirt, which we've already missed. We had to postpone because of the storm.
Yep.
So
cool.
Anyway,
fun.
Yeah, it was well,
I mean,
it was fun times.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, and it's so let's talk about the about the power being out. And yes, 5 days, I get it. We've had that and then some with Ian when he came through, but it's different when you're not sure what to expect. You kind of plan for it a bit, but like you said, 6 hours is the most it's ever been for you. How I mean, it looks cozy, and you look at it and go, "Oh, it's fun." They're playing Monopoly, and they're inside, and the fireplace is on, and the puppies are there, and but I would think a couple days in that gets a little old, doesn't it?
Got very old very quickly. Yeah, because it's not warm.
Right.
I mean, the fireplace is on. We did barricade the doors leading into that room, and we just stayed in that room. But even with the fireplace, I don't think it got any warmer than 45 degrees,
Wow.
maybe 50,
Yeah.
while we were
So
sitting
you
in
were
there.
bundled up.
And we were bundled up,
Yeah.
and, I mean, sleeping was great.
Oh, sure.
We all slept extremely
Yeah.
well, but if we left that room to, like, to go to the bathroom or to use the kitchen, it was 30 or 35 degrees in the house, and, we do have a little bit of sink damage, so we're getting a new faucet put in,
Oh, sink
um,
damage from what?
from the cold. It started leaking.
Oh, so
Yeah,
frozen pipe sort of thing?
not really we're can't figure it out because
Oh.
it's not leaking now. So once the house warmed up, it stopped leaking.
Oh.
So they think there might be a crack,
Oh,
and if
good.
there is, insurance will cover it. If not, then they won't.
Well, yeah, but
But
finding it is always the challenge when it comes to
exactly.
plumbing stuff, as you well know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Wow.
was it was interesting.
So
And now
okay,
I
continue. I'm sorry.
well, it was 5 days without power, but a lot of Nashvillians had power gone and a lot longer than
Is
that.
that
Like I
right?
had a coworker who his power didn't come on until Wednesday of this week.
Oh, so 2+
Almost
weeks?
2 weeks. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
My goodness.
And he lives closer to the city than I do. And so out here, and someone made a really good point. And when we live out here where we do,
Mhm.
you expect the power to go out. And we do. And I would have been fine with 2 days without power,
Mhm.
maybe stretching into 3. 5 is a little ridiculous. And that's where I was going with the infrastructure because in the infinite wisdom, I am not a big fan of our mayor. I will say that I was not a big fan of him when he was running.
Mhm.
I think he's the closest thing you can possibly and staying away from politics, honestly, I'm not, but he is the closest thing to a communist we have in this country.
Mm. Oh,
I
even more than
I do
Mandami?
not yeah, oh, no, he
Okay.
takes the cake, but
All right.
he takes the cake because he is a true communist,
He is.
but Freddie is, in my opinion, I mean, so anyway, and I toe the line. I am on the
You're a
line, so,
centrist.
I've
Yes.
voted for both, um, and I'm not afraid to admit that, I have. I would not even touch him with a 10-meter cattle prod, as Dan Aykroyd would
Nicely
say in
done.
Ghostbusters. I think he is the worst because his whole thing was he wanted to expand public transportation through buses that we already don't have enough riders for, and he wanted to build sidewalks all over the city. Now, I'm a huge fan. I love to walk. I'm a huge fan of sidewalks.
Yes.
I think that it was a great plan.
Mhm.
The problem is he wanted to put that in front of updating all of the infrastructure for everyone that's been moving to Nashville over the last 10 years. We don't have good enough roads. We don't have a good enough power grid. We
Mhm.
don't have good enough sewer. All of those things need to be fixed before we put sidewalks in, because in this instance, let's imagine we have these sidewalks put in. They're all going to have to be torn out anyways to replace
All the
the
other
infrastructure
stuff, right?
that was ruined by the
Fair
storm.
point. Yeah.
So we're and our taxes in the last 5 years have gone up 60% in Davidson County.
Yeah.
60%.
It's
And we have
similar
no
to
idea where the
ours.
money's going.
Yeah.
So this is an issue. And NES, which is our power company. So we have NES in Davidson County. We have Middle Tennessee Electric, MTE, in Williamson and some of the other counties outside of Nashville. MTE had, I think, and the numbers may be a little off, so I'm just going to round down or up, but they had 8,000 outages. Nashville had over 200,000 outages, homes.
I know what you're going to say.
So 8,000 versus 200,000.
Right.
233, I think, was the number. Maybe it's 260, something like that. It's a major. MTE had 150 more linemen for 8,000 homes
Wow.
than we had for 200 plus thousand
Well, that
homes
says it
out of
right
power.
there. How many more customers in Nashville? I guess that would be the question.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot more.
A lot more.
But they didn't
a
have,
lot more.
Yeah.
They didn't. They
the
weren't prepared. And they said, well, we didn't know it was going to be this big a storm.
Wow.
How did you not know this was going to be as big a storm? Everyone else knew. And the biggest problem is there were linemen that were deployed to the Carolinas and to Georgia for the same storm, and they got power up and running. 18,000.
Wow.
18,000 linemen.
Wow.
All part of a union.
Yeah.
They were done when we were 2 days in, and they offered to come and help. And NES turned them down. Well, you guys aren't trained and you're not insured. You're part of a union. You're trained and you're insured.
Wow. Yeah.
So we got up to, so we started with, I think, 200 something linemen when the storm hit, and we ballooned up to 1,000. But that still wasn't enough to get power on as fast as they could,
Right.
and they were great. The linemen are great. I'm not dogging on the linemen whatsoever, but it all goes to NES,
Yep.
leadership and the mayor's
Yeah.
office. That is the mayor didn't wanna call in the National Guard to help.
Yeah.
They were forced to because the constituents all said, "You need to get them here to help," and he was forced to do it, but wasn't gonna do it.
Wow.
I'm like,
It's just
"Come on."
yeah. Well, we, as you said, let's not devolve into politicking, but it is it's just too.
I would say that no matter who,
Yeah, of course you
by
would.
the way. I
Of
mean,
course you
I
would.
just I don't like Freddie, but that is that aside. If there was a moderate, uh, moderate candidate or a moderate mayor
Mhm.
or even a conservative mayor, and they did the same thing, I would be dogging him just as
Sure.
much. But
Well,
it is on the mayor's office to be able to handle this because the people that run NES are appointed by the mayor,
yeah, doesn't
and
surprise me.
people are missing
It's a
that.
utility. Yeah,
Yeah. So
interesting. Well, yeah, it's too bad. So you at 5 days, obviously, as you said with your friend, it could have been worse.
yeah.
But still, that's an awful long time to be without power. So you said you
Mhm.
used some of your winter camping stuff. What sort of things did you use?
Oh, pretty much
Well,
everything that was warm.
tell
So we
me,
had all of
not
our
just everything.
well, I don't know where to start. I mean,
Yes, you
we
do.
literally used everything for
First
everything.
thing
I
in the
mean, I
morning.
pulled up
Let's see. What would we have started with?
well, yeah, I have my, so we started honestly so I have 2, stoves. I have a butane stove and I have a propane stove.
Okay.
Butane doesn't work very well in the cold, but we did start because that one's easier to lug around and easier to carry the gas for.
Oh,
I
okay.
lugged that, and I don't mind you're not supposed to, but I don't mind having the butane stove in the house as long as it's under the stove hood.
Okay.
I do mind having the propane in the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
but, um, that's just for safety reasons,
Sure.
but so I started with the butane, but it was so cold that I couldn't get the burner to stay
Stay
so
lit. Yeah.
I would have butane canisters under my armpits, keeping them warm while I was cooking, and as soon as the flame started going down, I'd swap out the butane canister and keep cooking.
Could you maybe get a picture of that? Do you have a picture of you with
No,
butane tanks under your armpits?
no, I
I
don't. You wouldn't have been able to see them. I had so many layers on.
You actually put them inside your coat. That's
Yeah, I did.
all right.
Yep.
That's
So I did eventually, even though I hate it, I did eventually switch to the propane
yeah.
stove so we could
So
cook and
so
so we
you
could
had it
boil
outside
water.
then? Where did you have it?
No, I had it in the house.
Oh,
It
okay.
was too
You said,
way too
"I don't
cold
want
outside.
propane in my house."
I don't, but it
Okay.
doesn't mean I didn't do it.
Okay. Thank you
So
so
what I would do is I
much.
would bring the can in. I have an 8 pound or no, I'm sorry, is it 8 pound? Which the smaller? What are the big ones? The big ones are normally 25 pounds,
I
right?
don't probably that sounds right, yeah.
Yeah, so I have an 8
Okay.
pounder, which is it's a tiny
Yeah.
can. And I use it actually for my fire can, which is the portable
Yes.
fire pit
Yep.
with that it runs on
Yep.
gas. That is it's that's what that can is for. But I also use it for the stove once in a while when I don't want to lug around the
Yeah,
big
for sure.
can. So I brought that. I would use that, cook, turn it off, unplug it, bring the propane canister back outside.
Okay.
So it didn't sit inside and
Do
leak.
you have a carbon
Um,
monoxide detectors?
yeah, but no power because they're all electric.
They see, that's so stupid, isn't it? Now
Yep.
we've got, they're wired together, but I still
Uh-huh.
have batteries in them.
Yeah.
So it'll do a
Yeah.
battery backup. Yours don't have batteries at all?
They have battery backups, but just like my thermostats, the battery backup only lasts a day.
You're kidding. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Wow.
so anyway,
That's
yeah, we had our cooking stuff out. We had all of our our sleeping bags, and we I brought out the liners for the sleeping bags, which bring Jen and I have 20-degree bags.
mhm,
No, we have 10-degree bags. So the liners are another 20 degrees. So it brings us below
below
zero
zero, yeah.
if we need to. Don't like our sleeping bags though because they're mummy bags, and I feel claustrophobic in a
Yep,
mummy bag.
not a fan. I concur.
Peyton has a great bag. She's got a square bag, which I am going to buy a couple more, but
Mhm,
I bought it for her when she outgrew her mummy bag, and but it's a 20-degree bag, and then she has the 20-degree liner, so it brings her down to 0.
mhm.
But we never pulled out the liners because we also bought, or I bought, I should say, a whole bunch of um, wool blankets.
Oh, okay.
I love wool blankets. They're actually warmer than our sleeping bags. I would sleep in a wool blanket
Hmm.
any day, and I did. So but my wife and my daughter slept on the 2 couches, and I actually had the blow-up mattress with the
Oh.
dogs, which I told them they could, switch, but they liked their couches. Um, but the first night I did sleep in my sleeping bag, but it was uncomfortable, so the next night, I slept on top of my sleeping bag. I
With the wool
had
blanket.
one I had 1 wool blanket below
Yeah.
me because when it's cold outside, an air mattress
Yeah.
doesn't keep you
That's right.
warm. There's no R value,
That's
so
right.
you've gotta have something between, and even with that blanket, just the blanket, I was cold.
If you fill the air mattress
So
with lava, actually, then it'll keep you warm.
it's warmer,
Yeah.
yeah, much
Yeah.
warmer.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
I had the sleeping bag. I had a wool blanket, then the sleeping bag, then I had another wool blanket on top of that, and then a feather comforter on top of that. I was perfectly warm.
Wow.
And when we slept, we were all perfectly warm,
Mhm.
and we had the fireplace and stuff like that. And then I had the 2 space heaters called dogs. Um,
Yes. The puppy space heaters.
yeah. So we were comfortable when we
Well,
slept.
that's good, and that's a
Um,
blessing, and the rest of it,
yeah,
yeah, I get it, especially if you're bundled up trying to cook something or whatever,
yeah.
that's yeah.
Well, and so what you were trying to get me to was at pretty much near the end,
I was gonna get you
Jen
there.
did
Yeah,
yeah,
don't worry.
Jen did confirm, and there's also more story to this that I didn't tell you, but Jen did confirm that she no longer has questions about my camping gear purchases. Because I do like to camp in the winter. Now, when I say winter camping, I mean Tennessee winter
Yeah,
camping. I do like ice camping. Minnesota in the winter, I wouldn't mind doing
yeah.
that, but it's a completely different type of camping than Tennessee
Well,
winter
yeah, you
camping.
gotta be ice fishing to do that in Minnesota.
Exactly,
You're on the
exactly.
lake.
It's a whole different set of items. However, this is the part that I hadn't shared with you. I have always said, and we even had this conversation during the
Mhm.
outage, I have a very warm coat. Jen has a very warm coat. I've got warm hats, but what I don't have anymore are big warm gloves or big warm shoes
Ah,
or
yep,
boots because we don't need them. It doesn't get cold enough
right,
here
right.
usually. So I'm like, do I spend, because those aren't cheap things,
The
a
boots
good pair of,
especially, the sorrels
yeah,
or whatever the name, remember?
300,
They can be,
$400.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
I
for
know you
good
like to get
ones.
them bedazzled, so that's
Yeah,
probably
I do.
why.
Yeah. No, I just like the ones that will go below 0,
Yeah,
like my hunting boots are
yes,
they were
yep,
fantastic.
but you got rid
My
of them.
feet never got cold. Yeah, because, well, I mean, they were never actually mine, they were my dad's,
Oh, okay,
but,
well, you
yeah,
stole
because
them.
we had the same size feet. Um, I only used them hunting, and I hunted at his place,
Mhm.
so I just
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, right.
But, yeah,
Mm,
so you know, why would I invest in something that I might use
yeah,
every
I
other
got it,
year?
I got it, makes sense.
Now Jen's like, "I think we should invest in them because they're gonna last forever, and, if something like this ever happens again, we've got
A
them." And I'm like,
40-year ice storm, and
"Aaron." Yeah,
I appreciate where she's coming from. It's the same way we prep for hurricanes. You
mhm,
have to have the stuff and you hope you never use it. It's like life
yeah,
insurance, but hey, guess what? You're going to use it at some point. But yeah, you hope you never have to use it, but if you do, it's great to have it. And then
yes,
you pray that it still works
yes.
because it's been
Yeah,
sitting.
we did have a couple of things that did die on
Like
us because 'cause
what?
they're older, and, so I have a Coleman, lantern,
Okay.
and it's not a gas, it's a battery operated lantern, but it has 4 sides, and each one of the sides can come off, and you can use it as a separate flashlight.
Oh, interesting.
So the lantern itself charges these separate they're flat, they look like a cell phone
Okay.
when you carry them around, but that, I mean, it's worked great for
Hmm.
years, but now if, the batteries don't charge long enough on the flat
Hmm.
things, so you pull those off and they'll light up, but then they'll just die right
Yeah.
away. So that started dying, and then some of my flashlights that I've had, and I don't leave batteries in my flashlights, but so they were all fresh batteries, but I had a couple of flashlights that, they would work, but you'd have to bang them really hard to get them to work, and then they would just kinda
That's
shut
always
off, and
kind of a bad sign.
yeah, exactly. So my battery operated things that are normally, that they're inexpensive.
Mhm.
They're the cheaper line of things. I do have one really nice, really expensive flashlight, actually.
Yeah.
It's my, part of my everyday carry, but this came in clutch. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just
Nice one.
this.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic
Uh-huh.
little flashlight. I mean, this thing throws more light than even some of my big
Yeah.
flashlights.
Yep.
Um, So, that it does, to your point, and what we were talking about, um, there's a time and a place where spending a little extra money on something actually means it's gonna last and it's gonna be good.
True. You're a genius if you need to use it. And if not, you
Yeah,
just kind of go, well, I spent a lot of money on that.
yeah,
And so, it's a no win. It's same with us. We spent a lot more than I wanted to on a big generator. And it's not the
yeah,
whole house generator because we don't have natural gas here. So it had to be either gasoline or propane, which is silly because what am I going to
yeah.
bury a tank? Which you can, but it has to be 25 feet away from a structure and it costs $25,000 to bury it. I'm
Jeez.
good. Thanks. We'll use
Yeah,
a 13-gallon gas can that I have filled up almost all the time. So,
yeah,
yeah, and it doesn't last as long. And people go, "Oh, propane will last forever." Great. However, I can, you know, make sure I put in the whatever the additive is that prevents the gas from going bad.
yeah.
That
I
works
know what
fine.
you're talking about.
I know,
Yeah.
and I can't say the word right now because, well, I can't think of it. It's
Yeah. So, well,
a
and
something.
that's another point. I'm now allowed to, which I never wasn't. No one ever said no, but part of it was just because of the cost.
Stabilizer.
But now
Sorry.
stabilizer. But now the cost is now I'm getting, instead of me going, I don't really want to spend that much money yet. I mean, it's hard to afford something like
Yep.
that. But now I'm being encouraged to buy it, and that is either a generator, actually both, a generator and a battery backup, like a
I
Jackery.
have one of those, and
Yeah,
it's not Jackery, it's another name, doesn't matter.
Bluetti,
W
or yeah,
e
they've got a whole
but
bunch of
it
brands out
has
there.
it also has a solar panel. So it will
Yes.
charge it. Of course, it's at a full charge now and always has been because it sits in my closet. I'm looking over
Yeah.
there. But it would be great to have if you needed it, throw it in the truck and off you go.
Yep.
As opposed to, oh,
Well,
what am I gonna do for power? So what did you do for your phone? How did you keep it
so
charged?
that's funny because one of the other reasons I never invested in one of those is because I had my Jeep. And my Jeep, because of the
Yep.
battery, could power things, including space heaters,
Mhm.
which I had done before. So there was plenty of power in that where I could run the things so I used it kind of like a generator. I no longer have the Jeep, but my truck also has plugs.
Oh,
It
okay.
has it has I believe
$110.
a 110, and there was one that it says 400, and I don't know what that
Mm,
means, but
mm,
it's the one in the bed. So if you plug that in, it's supposed to give you a lot of power. So
okay.
we would run the truck with an extension cord.
Mhm.
I just assumed, and it was my bad. You should never assume, because what happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you
Possibility.
and me. Yep. And I just assumed that that had as much power as the Jeep.
Oh.
So what I did is I took, because my car usually sits in the
Mhm,
garage and the truck sits outside, because right now we've got a bunch of storage stuff
mhm.
from when we were moving in the garage. So we can't fit both cars in there. So I moved my car outside and I backed the truck in so we could use it as a generator. And I did that before the storm, folks, because I was
You're
preparing.
smart.
I pretend I play a good smart person on TV.
Yes.
So I moved it in there, and then when everything happened, I grabbed a space heater, plugged it in, took the extension cord. We went into that room, turned on the extension cord, and went,
Oh,
"Brrr."
no.
Not enough power to run a space heater.
Yeah.
So, but we were able to use it to charge phones and charge our computers, because I was still working. I didn't take the week off. I was
You
trying to work with a hotspot, and there was one day I actually had to leave the house because cell service in town was so
yeah.
bad. I had to go find a place in a parking lot where I had enough bars that I could use my hotspot.
Mm.
So because I couldn't get to the office either, because I actually went a couple of different directions and the roads were closed.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Not much you
because
can
my
do with that.
office is 35 minutes away.
Yeah. That,
Plus, no one wanted probably to see me because I hadn't taken a shower in 5 days either.
so your water was off too? It was all cold. You
No
didn't
water
want a
was
cold
all.
shower.
So yes and no.
Okay.
Hot water is gas. So we did have hot
Oh.
water. But when the house gets down below 40,
Oh,
you don't want to use hot water
freezing.
because it freezes
Yeah. Yeah.
faster
Yeah. Yeah.
in the
Yep.
pipes, which will cause more damage.
Yeah.
So even though we had it, we couldn't really use it.
Yeah. So we've had a cold snap here in Southwest Florida as well. And it's just, I think today is the first day it's going to be above 70.
Okay.
for a long time. It's been probably 2 weeks, and at night we were we were toying with freezing, and so much so that we covered up our lemon tree. And that's fine. It fared beautifully, but some of the palms, you can see they're damaged a little bit
Mhm.
from the cold. Never a hard freeze, and we always talked about that up north. You know what a hard freeze is. It's got to get
Yep.
down to 20 or so for that to happen. But it was hovering around 32, so much so that the pool pump came on because it's set for if it gets below, I think 38, it'll automatically
Mhm.
come on, so there's no freezing or clogging inside the pump itself. Which Lisa goes, "Why is the pool pump on at 4 in the morning?" I said, "That's why,
Yeah.
because we don't want it to freeze." Oh, that's kind of
Right.
cool. Yeah. So that was, but man, we're just not used to that. And, is it cold? Sure, but it's nothing like that cold, 0 or
Yeah.
that range. And certainly up north, they had it even worse. But yeah, you you kind of just say, it's really cold and I got to deal with this, and you just figure it out. But
Yeah.
it changes everything about how you do things. People down here were going, "Would we have to be worried about the pipes freezing?" You're in Florida.
No.
Your
Yeah.
pipes are not going to freeze. It'll be fine. Don't worry. Because
Yep.
it takes a pretty low number
Yeah.
to get your
Low
pipes to freeze.
sustained, and it needs to be on an outside
Exactly
wall.
right. Exactly right.
Yeah.
So anyway, sorry. But that's,
Yeah, and a lot of people were freaking out about that here too,
yeah.
and some people, which I was told, and maybe down here it's different, maybe the structure, but when I was growing up, I was told never to shut your water off,
Right.
even if you drain the pipes,
Just a
because
trickle is actually what we used to
just a
do. Yeah.
trickle. Yep,
Yeah.
that's what we did too. We turned on because we do have a few uh, uh, faucets that are on outside walls, so we
Mhm.
we made sure that and plus it was 30 degrees in the house, so
Yeah.
it's
That's
it's
chilly.
cold. It's very cold.
Yeah.
Would our pipes freeze? Probably
Probably not at
not,
30, but
maybe,
the outside
but
ones, what was the
yeah.
outside temperature?
At one point, we did get to a
Oh
-5,
my
a feeling of
goodness.
negative
Oh my god,
5.
yeah, I can definitely freeze then. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
So,
that's chilly, man.
but I was every time someone said, "Yeah, I shut off my water at the street and then drained all my pipes," I'm like, "Ugh, ugh."
Well, and we used to do that at our cabin, in the
When you're
y
when you're
when you're
winterizing, but did
winterizing,
you
you leave it alone, exactly.
Yeah,
And so that's fine. Nobody's gonna be
yeah,
there, it's no big deal. But if it's like a cold flash and you are living there, yeah, we would
yeah,
always just run drips of water because that's the only
yep,
thing that would ensure that they're not likely to freeze. They still would
right.
sometimes, but not very often.
Well, without the water in the pipes, moving the pipes, because depending on what they
Yeah,
are, the pipes could freeze
sure.
anyways. It doesn't necessarily need to have ice. And then and my biggest problem, and which I think is why you never do that, is because even if it's warming, let's say
Mhm.
the pipe's starting to warm up and you haven't given enough time, but you turn on the water, it's going to shoot water through these frozen pipes. Even if the water's cold, it could cause the joints to
Potentially, it could
crack.
crack them. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. But I think
So
it's less of the idea is if you're shutting down for the winter, you're not going to do anything until they've all had time to warm up anyway. You're not going to be back
exactly.
there
But
until it's 40 plus degrees, typically.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what, and even though we had our water
Yep.
running, we did something very similar with the hot water.
Mhm.
When the power came back on and the heat started
Mhm.
pumping, we gave it a good 4 or 5 hours to warm up the house before we used the
Good.
shower
Okay.
for the same reason.
Well, I'm sure everyone agrees that we're
Oh,
relieved
that
as
was
a
a good
group
yeah.
that you finally took a
I took
shower.
2 showers before I saw anyone else.
Honey, I just had to get the upper crust off. Now,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had to leave myself in the sink to soak.
That's excellent. Well, and so, French press obviously came in handy.
No, we used a percolator.
Oh, you did? Okay, I'm
Mhm.
surprised. I thought you would use your French press.
We're not a big French press fan.
Really? Not even for
Yeah,
camping?
not even for
I'm just
camping.
not a percolator guy. I
Really?
know. I think of
See, I like the
I think
percolator,
of
but
the
we
old
also
church coffee stuff that you go because it's always weak.
oh, no, I don't you
Oh,
just let it percolate.
yeah,
You percolate longer.
percola.
Percolate longer. You percolate longer. You percolate longer.
Well done. There's another
Thanks.
Instagram account.
Yep.
Ding.
But, no, even camping, honestly, my favorite coffee is the, AeroPress.
I agree with you, and I'm glad I had the chance to use one. I don't think I have it anymore, but I gave it to our son.
Yeah. It's a great tool.
Well,
I just used it this
it's
morning.
fabulous, especially if you're out of power. But even if you're
Yeah.
not, it really is makes delicious coffee. So you can't argue with that.
Mhm. Yep, but, the only other thing we would actually do probably camping, which we did, we went and bought
Pour
some,
over.
instant coffee.
Oh, I've done
Yeah.
that before, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's not as bad as it used to be. And again, I'm
No.
older, so I remember some really crappy Sanka or whatever the hell they made.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, man, it was so bad, but Starbucks has a nice instant that,
Yep.
I've used before, and it's pretty darn good.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
And I mean, I won't lie, we do flavor those up a little bit.
Okay.
You know, I
Yes.
don't drink that just black,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, in a pinch, they work great.
Yeah.
And there's some other brands out
Yep.
there that are more niche brands
Yeah.
that are really, really good. A little expensive, but they're really, really good.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, that's, mostly the person in our house that drinks a lot of the instant is Peyton
Oh, okay.
because she can doctor it up
And she
quite a bit.
doctors it, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
yeah,
good.
she likes her instant coffee. Yeah,
Awesome.
so that was our adventure,
So you made
and,
it back. You're good now. Power's on.
power's on. Well, I wouldn't quite go good. We did like I said, we had all the trees
Yeah.
removed.
So, yeah, tell me
It
what's the building or the house, situation?
it's pretty bad. I'm gonna probably have to get the entire roof on the porch replaced.
Oh,
That's the only thing I don't like is I do the same thing. We've talked about that with tires. I could have one bad
mm.
tire, and unless my tires are all brand new, I get all 4
I want 'em to
done
match.
because I
I'm with
want
you
them
on that. Yep.
exactly. So, but the one thing the insurance, if I've got damage on the porch, I've got some damage on one corner of the
Mhm.
house, but not necessarily on other corners,
Mm.
but they're going to only repair what's
Sure.
damaged. But my roof is already 15 years old.
Oh,
So I'm like, why don't we just do the whole thing?
yeah.
So I don't know. Well, maybe I will. It depends. I still have to get a roofer out here to examine everything. I haven't been back there since the ice melted because the ice only melted yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been very cold
Yeah.
here. Today is the warmest day it's been, and I think it's only getting up to 40
Yeah.
something, 41.
It's gotta feel good after below 0.
Yeah. Even me saying that, yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be in the 50s. I have to find my chainsaw and I've either got to I was gonna order a new chain, but I can't find the right chain, so I might just try to sharpen it,
Yeah.
but I have to go get sharpening tools, and all the sharpening tools at all the hardware stores are all sold
I'm
out.
sure. Oh my gosh, yeah.
So, I might order one from Amazon, I don't know,
Yeah.
but then I can't do anything until tomorrow.
Well, that's alright. Maybe that's not the worst thing, but yeah, if it's
Yeah,
not sharp and not in good shape, you don't wanna be dicking with it anyway.
right.
So,
So, that's gonna be my tomorrow because I still have a lot of deadfall
mm,
that the insurance company couldn't and wouldn't touch.
hmm.
Because if it's not that was the one thing and I'm gonna have to talk to my insurance guy. Um, that was the one thing that annoyed me a little bit is we have that tree that's leaning, that tree will hit the house, but insurance won't take it out
Till it hits the
proactively
house.
until it hits the house.
Yes.
So, and I got a quote from the tree guys to take it out, and it was $7,500
Oh,
for that one tree.
man.
Yeah, so I'm like, and I can't afford that. I'll be perfectly
Well,
honest.
it's a lot of
I don't
money.
know a lot of people that can.
No, it's a
Um,
lot of money. Just and
it is a lot
again,
of
to
money.
what instant benefit? Again, I'm sure it's another tall one, right?
Yes, it is. It's the same size as the one that fell in the
Oh
house.
my gosh, so
It's
100
a little
feet is
smaller.
sure, well, 80 feet,
Yeah.
whatever it is, still,
Yeah.
it's not like you're gonna say, "Well, I'll take care of it," because
Yeah, I can't. I'm
no.
not allowed to with the HOA.
Yeah, oh, well, you're gonna sue them anyway because their tree damaged your fence.
No, I'm not gonna
Yeah, you
sue them.
should. I'd
I
threaten.
should.
I really would.
That it's yeah,
I'm
it's a
this
wild
close to
area,
being
a
an
lot of
attorney,
trees.
so
Yeah, I know.
7, 8 years.
4 years, yeah.
7. No, I'd be held back, so probably 7.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we've got that, but I know that there is coverage that you can get that. So
Mm.
but they'll only take out trees that have fallen on the house or a structure like a
See,
fence.
and that's just it. If you let's say you replace the roof and then you get a
Mhm.
wind storm or whatever, and that tree, okay, we'll pay for it now. Oh, then I'm piecing my roof together again.
Yep.
Yeah, that would drive
Yeah,
me
so
crazy.
I don't know, but, that honestly is the only complaint I've had. They were quick,
But
I had an adjuster
they're
out here,
like
I
any
already have
no company is gonna
yeah,
do that. They don't do, let's, uh, make sure that we're proactively taking this
So
stuff
no,
down.
there is part of the policy you can add on, and
Oh,
I didn't know about it,
oh.
they will fix property if it not just the house.
No, no, no. What
But
I mean
it's
is
more
to take
expensive.
out the tree proactively as opposed
Yeah,
to
there is
I would buy
a
that right now
rider.
and say, "I think we'll do that."
Yeah, maybe. That's why I have to talk. He's been so busy though,
I
obviously.
would imagine. Yeah.
But they were out here quick. They had the
That's really
adjuster out
good.
here. There's already money in the account, so I can get the window fixed
That's
and the
really
roof
good.
and the fence. I mean, they were on it, and I'm really I was actually looking, I will admit this because I don't think any of them listen to our
Mm.
podcast. I was looking at new insurance companies because my premium is pretty high. They have definitely earned several more years for me,
We will
and I've
talk.
been with them for a long
It
time.
is the service, you're right, that counts. I did change. We did change because it was ridiculous. And January is horrific as a homeowner because not only are you, well, for us, are you paying taxes and you are paying your homeowner's insurance and it's just like
Mhm.
everything comes in January. And I'm like, come on, what is next possibly?
Yeah.
And I looked at the homeowner's bill and I'm like, that's just outrageous, as is our tax bill, by the way, which we're going to handle this year. Um, and so I called another place and got a quote and I said, I need it to match. Here's what we
Mhm.
have now. I want you to match it with deductible and coverage and so on. And the guy goes, yeah, no problem. And sure enough, it came in about half the price. And so,
Yeah.
and this is an insurance company that the one that I'm firing that did not do well after Ian came through. And I get what
Gotcha.
hurricanes do to insurance company. I get it. But
Yeah.
you know what? Everybody goes through the same thing, and they were really bad about paying claims, from what I understand. So you
Oh,
know what?
really?
See ya. We'll go on to the
Yeah.
less expensive, and off we go.
Well, I am really happy too because I have been with
Yep.
farmers for a long
Yep.
time. With as much as the tree removal was the most
Hmm.
expensive, and the everything else, was probably a quarter of that, estimated, obviously. And the guy was great. He's like, if you need more, we can get you more.
Hmm.
Don't worry about it.
Wow.
Um, uh, but I would say that as many years as I've had it, if I did the math, I have put more
Oh,
in,
for
I've
sure.
paid more to them than what they're paying out for my
Of
claims.
course.
So, yeah, that's how insurance should
Yes.
work. I think of it like this. It should be like a savings account. It's not, but it should be. You put money in, you've got a set amount
Hmm.
there, and when you need it, it's there for
Yeah,
you.
I think
And
so too.
that's how I felt with this
And that's
insurance
what
company.
self-insurance is, and a lot of
Yeah.
our clients, our dealer clients did that just because they saw the same thing. Liability
Mhm.
insurance is through the roof. It's really expensive, and if you're a self-insured though, then it's like a savings account. Now you often have a high deductible coverage in the back end, but that goes away over time, which makes
Yeah.
perfect sense.
No, and that was great too. I've been with him for so long that I had every couple of years you get a certain amount off of the
Oh yeah,
deductible.
nice.
So my deductible was 1,500, but I only ended up paying 1,200.
Nice.
Yeah,
Take what you can
so
get.
it was
And
yeah,
we had, that really is the thing with insurance companies. When you use it, then you kind of go, okay, I'm grateful, especially if it's an easy process. And we had
yeah,
switched years ago to Geico on our cars and the Harley. And I just, some people say, oh, low cost and, funny commercials. Do you really want to go with them? And they've been fine. In fact,
yeah,
Lisa had a cracked windshield and it was the Safe Light commercial. They came over, fixed it, and hey, here's my wallet. No, because there's no deductible. It was all paid, and it was just
yeah,
that easy. Did it right in the garage. It was amazing, and thanks, Geico.
yeah,
That was a nice experience. So it bought us
yeah,
more time for sure.
yeah. And that's yeah, exactly it. That I'm not going anywhere for a while. I will pay the premium.
Yeah, it's worth it when you have
Yep,
service like that, and they should know
exactly.
that.
They
Yeah,
should, and I will tell them that. I already told the adjuster that,
good.
and I'm going to tell my agent Monty McBee.
Monty,
Uh,
listen to Monty getting the.
yeah,
That's awesome. He's going to
he
get
was
a
great.
lot of
Uh,
business from potty mouths, I bet.
I'm sure he
Yep.
will. All
Uh,
36 people.
Whatever. They all need
I
insurance.
haven't actually haven't looked at the number in a long time, but
For
we
our
might have
audience,
grown. You never know. Yeah.
I think they're awesome, and they're telling their friends,
They are
and they're
awesome. They already
sharing it,
know
I
they're
bet,
awesome. Let's
because
see.
they're
I'm
amazing
gonna
people.
I'm gonna look at the analytics right now, John.
Oh, this could be good
Why
or
not?
bad. Would you lie if they're terrible, please?
Yes.
Just say,
Yes, I will.
"Look at that, we had 40 million downloads last week. All right, been good, see ya."
Exactly.
So
92.9% of our listeners are men. Yep.
Is that a statement about us, do you think?
Maybe.
Ladies, I am so sorry for Nick because
We
he's obviously
had
pushing you away.
Yeah. Well, in the last month, we've had 448 impressions.
Okay.
307 people found us in search.
I
So,
made like 18 impressions at the gas station this morning.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's
No,
good.
I'm not for sure. No,
Um,
just impressions, not good ones.
we average nine listeners.
Okay.
Now, this is only one platform. This isn't all of our platforms, and we're on multiple.
Yeah. This is obviously the little
Average
one.
9 listeners. 4,950 views or listens over time.
All right.
So,
Well, thanks
yeah,
for that. That really is. Well, we've only been doing it for 8 years. Year 8 is going to be amazing.
it's going to be amazing.
2026.
It's 2026. Exactly.
Stop. I don't want to hear anymore. I want the 40 million downloads, and yeah, we'll go that way.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't been keeping up with my, I didn't know you could answer comments in,
We have
so
20,000 people who would like to start listening. Would you just
Yeah.
say hello to us?
Matt Pitzner actually left two comments 2 years ago, and Andrew Lewis left a message to us about a year ago.
They're both
So
mad at us.
I apologize, folks.
They're both mad at
Matt
us.
and Andrew.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we apologize to Matt a lot, so it's okay.
Well, that's kind of it's an us thing, I guess.
All right,
On
on
that
that note,
John, we'll hopefully have some more episodes, and maybe they won't be so contentious or feisty. Political.
They were not that bad. I thought they
weren't bad.
Regular. You know, our dudes that are listening and their one wife are enjoying some of that. We're mostly like-minded with most of our people. But you know what? If we're not, let us know. We're not going to answer your comments, but but we might.
We might.
It
couple
might
years
take
later.
a couple of years. It's entirely possible. But we are grateful for you, all of you who are watching and listening. We appreciate you. And
Absolutely.
hope you come back. And hey, let us know if you've got topics, things that you'd like us to know about. Now that Nick knows where the comments are.
Just in that system, just on the Spotify
Just on
system.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do get to the YouTube ones, once a year.
You know what? And I pretty much always see the YouTube ones because I try to at least watch the first 5 minutes, and then I kind of go, wait, this sounds familiar. Oh, because we just recorded it. But I like to put comments in there too. So check YouTube. Check some of the others.
And so we have 61 subscribers on YouTube.
Sweet.
Yep.
That's me with my 12 different personas too. That's the other.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. Yeah, we get a lot more views on YouTube than we get anywhere else.
Well, that's good.
Like we had 86 views on the last one.
You announced them though, in the email that you sent out, and that's great. So invite your friends. Honestly,
invite your enemies.
Them too. They're more than welcome because maybe we'll fix them. And make sure you visit the merch store, because if you're wearing the hat and the shirt and the women's bikini, no, it's not a bikini, it's a onesie.
It's not a bikini, it's a onesie. One piece. Yeah.
We don't call it onesie, do we?
We do have a onesie on there for kids.
Do we have a onesie? Okay, I knew that. Check that out, because that will get people asking, and then you can say you should listen to Potty Mouth. And then
yes, you should.
And ding.
Speaking of,
Yes.
well, I meant to ask you. I did ask you before we started recording, but why do you have my wife's initials on your hat?
Well, because you guys were out of power, and she decided to start a merch store. No,
okay.
This is actually just Nate with a K. I don't know, and he is a guy that helps homeless people, and it's kind of cool. And asked for donations, and so I donated, and they sent a hat. And
that's nice.
Yeah, it's cool. He is one of those guys that follows up with people, and he will give them stuff they need, and instead of here's cash, sometimes cash, but not very often. Money to get them to if they want a couple nights in a hotel, or if they need a backpack with socks and undies and stuff like that. It's a pretty cool guy. So check out Just Nate, KNATE, and he is a good dude for sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good shout out. You don't even have to ding that
Ding.
one. Not a
Yeah.
sponsor. All right, folks. As John said, check out the merch store on our website and all of our past episodes up there, including some of our guests. For those who have things to link out to that are important for us and for you, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you again next week.
See ya.